Questions, don't be afraid to ask me. I'll try and explain it the best I can. So, with this, I'm going to start off a bit different. When did you last get a haircut, Toby? When did I last get it? Oh God. Alright, I'm going to start off by going straight in with a 2-guard, clearing the bolt towards the top, trying to get it square, keep it as square as possible, because I'm still growing the top out, so if I keep it square, keep as much weight towards the top, I won't round it off and it won't look like a shit haircut. So, we'll start off, 2-guard, might not be anything to come off, just flicking through, all the way around the head. Just pushing through, with my 2-guard, clearing the bolt, nothing there. I'm going to go straight in with my boulders. As you can see, he's got some prominent, really nice straight edges on both sides. They're not weak at all. So I'm going to go just below the curvature again, flicking out. As much as I can, just flicking out. All the way around the head. If you start doing a lot of skin fades in the shop, I'd definitely recommend investing in a pair of these. These are Andis Supras. They are quite pricey, but they will last you a very long time. Huh? About 250. And then no, 200, 250, and then you got to buy the blade as well. You want to get.
What, you don't get a blade with it?
You get a blade with it, but you want to buy the 5.0 blade because it's the closest blade that you can get to literally. It's like trimmer. It's literally trimmers. What's that? Nah. Unless they're Andis, you can take these off. And I don't know if you can bang them on any of the Andis clippers, but I don't really use Andis. This is literally these are the only these. This 250. But these are the only Andis kit that I've actually got. I don't like Andis that much. I don't like the clippers. I don't like the guards that they use. So the blades, I bought this blade from, was it Barber Connect? I think I bought it from, it was 30 quid. Not that bad. It's just another thing added to the price. So, same again on the other side. Just below the curvature. Flicking. So I don't want to create any harsh lines when it comes to my getting my zero out.
So how many guidelines are you?
What do you mean?
How many lines? You seem to be going down in sizes. So what do you go down by? Do you go down by like 0.25 every time, or is it?
This, no.
When you're doing the fade,
Yeah.
keep changing the lever, not on those,
No.
on the previous ones.
On the previous ones,
Yeah.
I kept changing it from the no guard to the 0.5, no guard point, so 0.5 to the 0. In between them, you got your 0.25, which is literally tiniest bit closed, and then you got your 0.75, which is literally just above the 0. So when I come to that, I'll show you it. I'll show you what I mean. So this is my 5.0. Pretty much every clipper has them. Yeah. With these ones, you change the blade. You get a blade. It's called like a 2 blade, so it's slightly bigger. You get your 3 blades, but it's all.
We just started using the clippers, and obviously
Yeah.
put your up and down.
Yeah.
Then I didn't know about
Open and close. Yeah. Literally, you can go in between if you want to, but some barbers literally go straight from open straight to close like that. But I do it that way because I like to see where I'm fading. I like to be as neat as I can. Some people do. Oh yeah. Sometimes it can actually like ruin your work even more. But if you do it like loads, you understand it a bit more. You start understanding how to like use the lever. Yeah. And when you start cutting for a long time, if you say about there, you've done your 0.5 and then your 1, you can literally instantly know which guard you're gonna have to pick up to get that line out. It just comes naturally. Just trying to level it out towards the back. Have a look at it. So. Same again. Get my boulders. Going up at the bottom. And then towards the top I'll go sideways. Because I don't want to be creating any harsh lines with my skin. I don't want to go straight to skin to then my 0.5 because it will take me so long to get my bottom line out. So I'm going to go foils, going upwards at the bottom, and then towards the top go sideways. I'll show you another little tip as well. So after I've done my foiling, you can even go back with whatever you've bowled it out with. So say if you bowled out your trimmers or your clippers, you can even go with this and literally just go underneath where you've done this line here.
Yeah.
Just go underneath and notch it up a tiny little bit so you've got an even better transition from your skin to the fade. So Toby's got quite thick hair, and then because we shaved it, we're growing it out into like literally what kind of has a crop, but on top of the crop we're going to leave the layers on top of it and let it grow out curly, so because his hair is naturally quite curly. So we're going to see what that looks like. That's why we're growing it out. We shaved it. What did we shave it to? A 4?
4,
Yeah. It's going to take quite a while. And someone's got thick hair, it takes ages to boil them out with these. But if I was going straight in with my foils, the amount of irritation you get on the skin is unbelievable because of how thick his hair is and how like thick the follicle will be. Like, for them to try and pull it out would be my foils, same again, just underneath, and as I get towards the top I'm going to be flicking out, so I don't want to create any harsh guidelines. So like I was saying before, I bowled it out with these. I'm literally just going to go again, literally tiniest bit, notching them up, flicking out as much as I can, just notching them, so the transition from my skin will be a lot smoother now. And I'll find it so much easier to knock out my bottom line. Right, I'm going to show you a different fading method on this one. This is called skip guarding. The other way is called skip guarding, but there's so many different ways to skip guard. But this is the first way I learned to fade pretty much, because there's a fading way called descending. Has anyone ever heard of descending? It's literally, so you work your way down from a 2 guard all the way to the 0.5 point. So you go 2, 1.5, 1, and then your 0.5, and then your 0. This way, I'm gonna go 0.5. Well, I'm gonna go 0.5. I didn't like descending because I couldn't see what I was actually doing. So I'm going to do 0.5, flicking through. I'm going to spread it quite a bit because of how thick his hair is. If I don't spread it, it will look like literally I've done my almost. Oh, so I spread it how much I'm going to push through with the 0.5.
Right.
So I'm going to push through quite a bit because of how thick his hair is. If I didn't spread it, and I did all my steps, by the end of it, it will literally just look like a wedge. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to spread it. I'm going to go 0.25. So it was open, now I'm going to go literally slightly bit down. My lever, slightly bit down, flicking through just below my 0.5. The more you flick out, the better the transition is going to be on the fade. Close it a tiny bit again, just below where I've done it. Then this time I'm going to go completely close my zero. I'm going to go straight to the zero. And I can flick the bottom line out, notch it out. I'll show you guys on that side. Unless you all want to come around this way, it's up to you. So that's the bottom line done. I can get my one, do the same step. One open, completely open. I'm going to flip through again. Using the back of my blade instead of digging in. Some people will dig in literally like that, and that will make it so much harder for you to get the lines out. So if you use the back of your blade, just skimming through, literally if you do anything wrong, you can correct it so much easier. So using the back of my blade, flicking through, we'll go 0.25 again. So just below where I've done it open. So I'm happy with the way it's looking. Go completely closed to blend in that one line into my 0.5. Who holds a comb instead of a brush? Do you use a comb? Or an afro hair? You'll probably find it better if you use a brush, because then you've got more control of where the hair's going to go. 1.5. Obviously I want to keep as much weight as the top as I can, because I want it to grow out. So I'm just going to skim it through, I'm going to flip through. Just going to flip through on the wispy bits. Keeping it as square as possible. Completely close it now. And that's the fade on that side. I'm going to do the edging up. And then at the end of it, I'll come back to it and see if there's anything I need to knock out, do a bit of refining. So with the edge, I'm going to nip in tiniest bit towards the top, create a bit strong, because you see it's quite wispy. I'm going to nip in, because I want the edge coming forward. I literally spent ages on the edge. And that's the edge. So as you see, I've nipped it in at the top, tiniest ever bit, didn't push it back at all, nipped it in at the top. So then I can literally angle my clippers. When I'm doing it, angle your clippers like that. So at the top it's going in a lot more to what it is coming out when it's coming out. I'm gonna bang a bit of spray on it. As you can see, there's already colour still there. It's just gonna enhance it a little bit. And this time I'm gonna go in instead of pulling it out. And wipe the excess at the bottom. And there you go.
Did you use that spray as a guide as well then?
Yeah, because sometimes when people have like, I don't know if anyone, no one, someone's got really, really blonde hair, you can't really see where you're edging up. Sometimes you spray it on before, and then you edge up, you can see where you're edging up, just in case you don't push them back or anything like that. Because the regrowth on a pushback is horrible. It's horrible. So yeah, that's that side done. Do exactly the same on this side now. Oh, how am I going to show you like that on there? Right. So I'm going to do this side the way I usually do a fade. How I did it on my last haircut. I'm doing my 0.5, spreading it through. As you notice, towards the front, I leave the wispy bits towards the front so I can get a nice edge up on it. So there's still colour in the front, I can still get an edge up on it. Because if I went straight through my 0.5, there would literally be no colour there anymore, so I wouldn't be able to get an edge up on it anymore. And I want to keep it as symmetrical as possible. .25. Just below the 0.5, flicking through. How many passes you want to do on every guard is completely up to you. I do 4 just so I know I'm certain I'm happy with it. Now I've done my 0.25, I'm going to go with one open. I'm going to flick through. Using the back of my blade, you can see I'm not digging in, I'm literally going through with the back of my blade. Do my 0.25 again, just below it, just so I can get the cleanest fade as possible. Close, completely close, notching that line, blending it through to the 0.5. You'll notice certain ways of fading can actually give you a complete different end result. Like, so if I was to downfading is a method to keep a lot more weight and colour in a fade. And if you're good enough with like doing the other way types of fading, the more you flick out, the more colour you're going to leave in a haircut. So I'm going to use my 1.5 now, flicking through. I want to leave as much colour as I can towards the top, because on the other side there's a nice silhouette of colour. I'm going to flick out. As you can see, it's still pretty much the same colour at the top. I'm going to go closed, just below it, notching through. Now we're at the bottom line. I'm going to go 0.75. Just going to work my way down. I've done my 0.25. I'm pretty confident that I've spreaded it enough. Then my 0.75 now. I'm going to flip through. Now I'm going to do my 0. I'm notching out that bottom line now. There's no problem with leaving too much hair at the front, because if you have, you can always go back to it and just take the weight out of it, go back through your guards. Back on the edge. As you can see, it's not weak, but fluffy, really fluffy. Do you want me to edge it up? Like the whole thing, yeah. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing as what I've done on the other side. I'm going to nip it in here, And then with my trimmers, I'm going to angle it out. So I don't push it back, or I don't have the edge facing that way, or don't have it super flat. I want it facing forward, because they're the main focus of my haircut, of this haircut. So,
If you go too far with that, you know,
what?
slip.
Well, there's nothing you can really do then. You've literally pushed them back, and you've got to wait until it grows out. And it's the worst. It's literally the worst thing. People hate it, and it feels horrible.
I've done it, I bet.
I've done it. Yeah, I've done it before. Yeah, it feels horrible when you push someone. I've done it on you, Cal, and I. When I first get his hair, I pushed him back on one side, and the regrowth on it was horrible, wasn't it? It's disgusting.
What, does it grow?
You can see it. No, you can see it. You can see it growing back. After 2 days, you can see it'll be gone. Like the shape up's not there anymore. It's all growing out again. You've got a white mark as well. It looks horrible. Be careful. Yeah, be careful.
Don't sneeze.
So I'm going to nip it in at the front, at the top. Sorry. See, I've nipped it in there, and then at the top, I'm going to angle it like that. Like so. There you go. I only nip it at the top to create strength on the corners, so then you can see the shape up a lot more. Some people, yeah, you can see a lot more. I'm gonna bang the spray on it again. Let me bang these on charging again. I'll get some of this if you're looking to get some. Yeah, you can get literally every colour: grey, blonde, ginger, dark brown, light brown.
Is it classed as ginger or classed as red hair?
Yeah, we don't use the word ginger anymore. You can't say ginger. No.
Oh, you're not allowed to say ginger? You're not?
It's offensive.
So it's coming to the hairline. I want to get it as straight as possible. Obviously, he's got quite weak hair around here.
Got a little bit of a kink.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is to get the hairline as straight as possible, I'm going to hairspray it first. Get it all sitting flat. Sorry, Toby, if that went in your eye. And then I'm going to do the shape up now, and because it's hairsprayed, it should sit pretty flat and won't move when I bang my trimmers on it. So I'm just going to follow it as natural as possible. I'm not going to push it back. The change, yeah. I always think that a lot as well. The slightest thing can change it all.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. You buy them on eBay? Yeah, eBay. You can buy them on eBay. They're about £15. They're quite expensive, that's for one pot. But they literally last. How long do they last us in the shop? Oh, no, I'd say longer than that. 2 months, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's four of us in the shop, and we're constantly putting it on.
What if someone comes in and they don't want any products in their hair?
Not put it on. You try and do it as natural. Just
My son used to be really fussy about it, not
yeah.
putting on his hair at all.
Tell them the
You can. Oh yeah, that's what I yeah.
Tried that with him, you know, because he's very quite busy. He's just wouldn't. Now, it's the opposite. But then, he just went to a stage where he wouldn't have anything.
Just got to recommend to him how it would be better in his hair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now we're on the back. Nice chair. So on the back, do the same again. I'm gonna flip through my 0.5. Holly, they're going to do fading in there.
Yeah, we'll choose
Yeah.
the fade. Might get you there.
Sound. Let me know. So I'll do 0.5 again. We'll spread it slightly a bit more because it's the back of the head. The hair's a lot denser. The lighting's awful in there. Nah, that's fine. 0.25. I'd recommend to brush the hair down as much as you can, really. Some barbers do it. I literally after every single pass, like they will do the 0.5, brush it down, then 0.25, brush it down. Got a question?
I used to take my boys for a haircut and that. I've never seen little brushes like that.
Yeah.
It's always just
The comb, yeah.
the comb that.
Like the talc, yeah, net brush. Yeah, this is good because you can control the way the hair's going to go. If you want to push it that way, you can push it that way. If you want to push it down, push it down. What was it? Sound. Yeah. Stick to the head, and you can just.
I'm saying I'm surprised that hasn't, it hasn't been.
Look,
I personally haven't seen
they've
it.
been around quite a while. Some people used to have these like big brushes. They will discuss like they're horrible. Where there's like the bristles are really like. Are they soft? Yeah. There's a Jack Dean one. Oh. Yeah.
I got that one because I was with you.
I tend to switch over to my comb when it gets towards like the top, the 0.5, because then I want to see the way the hair's sitting at the top. And it's quite hard with this to get everything where you want it to sit. So doing my 1.5, spreading it through, well, one open, and then 0.25, just below the 1.5. You will notice when you start cutting hair, there's certain types of hair like when you're doing like skin fade, you'll find it so hard to like get a good result out of it. Some people you generally, no matter how hard you try, every single fade method you do, it will be so hard to get a nice result on it. It's disgusting. But luckily Toby's got really nice hair to cut. Yeah, you literally just have to stand back, yeah. You start overthinking, yeah. If you're starting to struggle, literally take a step back, have a look at it, see what you're finding difficult, see if there's any lines that you thought you got out. Also, the mirror is your best friend, honestly. And remember, when the client's in your chair, move his head about, take control. He's paying you for the service and you want to give him the best haircut you can. So don't fanny about with it and just get it done. So 1.5 open, flicking through. Obviously the hair's still going out here, so I'm not going to take it too high. I'm not going to round it off or nothing like that. I'm just going to keep it square, keep it low. So when it goes out, it all goes out in the same shape. 1.5 close now. Now to my 0. Because it's the back, I'm going to do 0.25 first, just so I don't overspread it, because I've already spreaded it quite a bit. I'm happy with that. Straight 0, and literally notch out that bottom line towards the back. just so it all grows out back into proportion. I'm going to do a bit of clipper over comb going forward with it, keep it soft, not gonna take it too harsh, just the wispy bits. Clear a bit of bulk as well. Go with the grain. If you're starting off doing clipper over comb, you can always start off with even putting a guard on, 1.5 guard, bang it on, and even go like that, if the hair's long enough to, and then even do it open, like that. If it's not taking much off and you feel confident, bang. No, okay. Yeah. I swear you got them at college. No. Yeah, I remember them ones, yeah. So this is where the spray comes in quite handy, because you see how weak it is towards here. I'll spray the card on, bang it on, and I literally just spray in the gaps that he's got. And it looks like he's literally got a full hairline again. And I can give it a little edge up, just so it's all straight. This is the most fiddly part of the hairline, making sure it's all straight. Yeah. You allergic to talc, Toby? I don't think so. Do you want a pattern or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
You sure?
No. Not.
Huh?
Nah.
You don't want a pattern now? All right. Boring. Huh? I'll whack one on you quickly just show it so I can show them a pattern. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of refining, go over the bits that I've missed. Do you want a pattern? Oh, let me bang that line there. And this is where you can really overdo it, where you overthink and you can really overdo a fade, but I can see a couple bits in there. Bang. So I hope you guys have learnt a lot today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And yeah, if I could